So today we're going to be taking a look at and talking about some different fruits that may or may not be familiar to some of you, depending on where you live. So this first one here, this is called a chayote or chayote. And the chayote fruit, as you can see, is a light green fruit. It has a single large pit in the middle, and both the flesh inside and the skin are edible. The flesh of the chayote is mild in flavor, and it has a texture somewhere in between a potato and a cucumber. This fruit is often treated more like a vegetable. It is a member of the gourd family. So this fruit works nicely in recipes calling for squash. This fruit is native to Mexico. It has a high water and fiber content, and it's relatively low in sugars and calories. The chayote fruit is also known for being high in potassium, vitamin C, and amino acids. The fruit is known to have diuretic, cardiovascular, and anti-inflammatory properties. You can make a tea made from the plant's leaves, and this tea has been used in the treatment of different ailments. And this fruit can be eaten raw or cooked. So you can see, as it is treated much like a squash, you simply cut the fruit open and remove the pith and seeds and prepare it according to whatever recipe you're using calls for. Here we have a kiwano melon. It's also called a horned melon, spiked melon, the African horned cucumber, and also a jelly melon. It is a vine and it belongs to the cucumber and melon families. So you can see when the fruit is ripe, it has an orange skin and a green jelly-like flesh on the inside with a texture that is similar to a passion fruit or even a pomegranate. The kiwano is a traditional food plant in Africa, and it is one of the few sources of water during the dry season in the Kalahari Desert. And you'll see when we cut open the fruit, you'll see there's a lot of water that can seep out. Now the kiwano's taste has been compared to a combination of banana and passion fruit, or banana and cucumber and lime. So here you see when we cut open the fruit, inside is this gelatinous green substance, and there are a lot of edible seeds. So you simply scoop out some of those insides, and you could, if you really want to, remove all of the seeds, but seeing that there are so many seeds, usually the seeds are eaten along with the jelly substance. There are plenty of vitamins, nutrients, and minerals that the kiwano fruit provides, such as vitamins C, E, and A, along with zinc, lutein, magnesium, iron, and even some protein. Which all can support bone health, healthy skin, collagen production, wound healing, protection from sun damage, and can also help to strengthen your immunity. So you see, the best way to eat the kiwano melon is to just slice it open and use a spoon to scoop up some of the pulp right from the inside. So as exotic as this fruit actually appears, the taste is pretty mild. So some people like to add a little bit of salt or sugar to give it a little bit of flavor. And this fruit can be eaten fresh or cooked. You can add this fruit to different smoothies, put it on top of yogurt or some granola, and even ice cream. So now we're moving on to another melon. This one here is called the Pepino Melon. And though they are very similar to melons, they are not really classified as melons. They are a fruit that is native to South America, and it actually comes from an evergreen plant that is related to the tomato and the eggplant. So you can see when the fruit is ripe, it has a nice yellow color with purple stripes. So for this fruit, you simply cut it open. And you see there's no pit inside, just some seeds that you can remove. So the taste of this fruit is similar to a cucumber or a pear, as well as a cantaloupe. Pepino melons are low in calories, and they provide a large range of health benefits. They're known to be a good source of phytonutrients, fiber, minerals, and vitamins, as well as antioxidants. The pepino melon can provide anti-inflammatory effects and promotes healthy skin. It also is known to have beta-carotene, as well as vitamins A and C. So it helps protect against infections. And this melon also provides potassium, the B complex vitamins like thiamine, niacin, folic acid, and riboflavin. And it also provides minerals like phosphorus, iron, calcium, manganese, and trace elements. Okay, so our next fruit here is called a carambola, and it's also called a starfruit. So this fruit comes from a tree that is native to certain parts of Asia, including Indonesia, the Philippines, and Malaysia. When the fruit is ripe, the skin, you can see, turns from a green color to a light or dark yellow, and it may keep some hints of green, along with possibly some little bits of brown along these ridges here. So the skin of the carambola fruit is pretty thin and smooth, a little bit waxy. It's very similar to that of a grape, And just like the grape, the entire fruit is edible. And it's usually just eaten without any special preparation. You can just bite right into this fruit. However, you can see that the shape of the fruit is pretty unique. It most commonly has 5 prominent ridges, as you see here, but it can have more or less. So you can see that when this fruit is sliced, it naturally forms a star shape. So there are many different ways that you can enjoy this fruit. You can just slice it up and eat it. You can add the fruit to salads or other dishes. It can be used to make different jams and jellies. You can juice the fruit and drink it. And the star shape of the fruit makes it a very nice garnish for different dishes. So as for the nutritional value of the starfruit, it is low in calories as well as sugar, but it is high in fiber and vitamin C. It also contains small amounts of protein, vitamin B, folate, copper, potassium, and magnesium, and it's also a source of antioxidants. So the starfruit is a nutritious fruit. However, it has been known to cause some health concern for people who have kidney disease or kidney stones. So there we have the starfruit. Okay, so this last fruit here may be a little more familiar to many people. This is a pomegranate, and the pomegranate actually comes from a shrub that produces this red fruit, and it's actually categorized as a berry. The thick skin of the pomegranate is not edible, and the edible part of the fruit is inside, where there are hundreds of seeds. Each of the seeds is surrounded by a sweet red covering, which is called an aril. So there are different techniques for cutting open the pomegranate. So first we can just cut a little circle around this top stem here and remove it. You can see there are some ridges and little valleys in between the ridges. Here the outer skin of the pomegranate is being scored. So you can score the fruit down along the sides of the ridges. So it helps to open up the pomegranate into a bowl of water where it's a little easier to separate the edible part of the fruit, the aril, along with the seed. And carefully pull apart the skin, and inside you can see all of the little seeds inside. So you can choose to be a little neater when opening up a pomegranate and cut it into different decorative shapes. You can eat a pomegranate either raw, or it is often processed into pomegranate juice. The pomegranate is packed with nutrients, and they are thought to be one of the healthiest fruits on earth. They are believed to help reduce the risk of various illnesses, including heart disease, cancer, arthritis, and other inflammatory conditions. They're also thought to boost your memory and exercise performance. and you simply eat the seeds just as they are here. I will continue the rest of the video just removing all of the seeds from this pomegranate.